Yeah, yeah. Fresh out the cell with a plan and a boo. Anklet beeping, but my heart's beating for you. Let's go. Met her on a prison pen pal site. She said you cute even in that orange light. Now I'm home and I'm free, kinda on probation. She picked me up in a Prius, pure elation. Got a teardrop tat and a heart full of dreams. She brought cupcakes and some government cheese. I said, girl, you a snack, maybe even a feast. She said, you just hungry cause you live with the beast. Love after lockup, wild and free. Got no keys, but she got the key to me. From yard time to FaceTime, look at us glow. From prison phone calls to reality show. Love after lockup, we don't play. Tinder got nothing on JPay. I did my time, now I'm doing hers. Doing laundry and love, both in spurts.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup Lockdown, where we are covering Season 2, Episode 10. As always, you can find us in our Facebook group at Love After Lockup Lockdown, or on Instagram at LALU Lockdown. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lisa.
And today we are covering Season 2, Episode 10, Wife on the Run. Lisa, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I have a story for you.
Let's hear it.
Well, we normally talk a lot, but this was too much to type to you, so all right. So lately, well, Dave, my husband's a very big coffee drinker, and since I'm waiting for my new job to start and been doing DoorDash, I'm home in the mornings until like noon, and so I've been also drinking a lot of cups of coffee. So our Keurig, I would venture to guess, since we got it 2 years ago, has made 10 cups of coffee consistently, like all day long. And now I believe it's probably up to maybe like 12 or 14. And it's the style that doesn't like automatically turn off. So as soon as you turn it on and it doesn't have the like automatic on when you open it, it'll just stay on. And all of a sudden, it was making really small cups of coffee out of nowhere, and we're like, really, that's weird, so we're drinking these really small, very concentrated cups of coffee even though we're on the largest cup setting. So then all of a sudden it starts dispensing cups of coffee that are huge. It almost overflowing very large coffee cups because we both have huge coffee cups. So then it started making these cups of coffee so scalding hot, and I love scalding hot coffee, but when it actually, you could smell it. Like the description of the smell of how hot this coffee was when you turn your furnace on for the first time in the year and you smell that burning dust. Literally, the coffee was so fucking hot it smelled like burning dust from a furnace.
So you're talking like McDonald's, Gen X McDonald's
Oh,
coffee.
hotter than that, because I like super hot coffee. This was like inhumanly hot. So then all of a sudden the coffee started tasting like there was no coffee in the coffee, but the coffee was still dark. It was the weirdest fucking thing. So then I decided I was going to order these really fun coffees. It's like a mixture of like regular coffee and flavored coffees. I haven't had flavored coffee in a while, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm fucking done with this. I'm ordering a new Keurig, even though I don't want to spend the money on that right now. But this stupid thing's going to ruin my new coffee, and I'm going to be pissed off because we're wasting. We already go through like 100 K-cups in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm not wasting any more fucking coffee because it's so goddamn expensive. Even though I'm really frugal and I look for like all the deals on K-cups on Amazon.
I don't like Keurig because I never get the kind of coffee I want. Like I never get a full cup, which is annoying. And then
Yeah.
if you do set it on the most coffee you can get for the cup, it's very bland, like mild. It's
Yeah.
not strong enough for me. And I like strong coffee. I'm a Dunkin' girl. I like to get the strong coffee with.
Well, Dunkin' Donuts, I don't like it in the store, but the Keurig pods are very good, but they're expensive, and I know they're
Yeah.
so good, but I can't bring myself to like spend that much money when I know I can get stuff so much cheaper.
Right.
But I I used Walmart Plus to get the coffee maker. And I'm like, all right, I'm always a tipper. I give tips for everything, but I'm like, this motherfucker is just putting a box on my steps. He's not getting a tip.
Do
So
they?
I
But they
didn't.
have to drive, don't they?
They do have to drive, but with Spark, which is what the delivery app is, they have like 14 orders in the car at the same time. So I'm just one stop out of his 14 orders, and they don't shop for the stuff. They just drive it. They go to the store, they pick it up, and they drive it. And tipping is always optional, but like I always give tips, but I'm like, this is just a damn box. He's got to get out of the car for 1 second. He's probably going down the street to my neighbor next.
I
So
hate
just
tipping
one time.
culture. I hate it.
What's
I
that?
hate tipping culture. Like I cannot stand. I'll order chicken, and they'll be like, "Do you want
Yeah.
to tip your people?" No. Why don't you pay them?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, with with the side hustles, they definitely do survive off tipping. I mean, right now I'm in the middle of just doing DoorDash for a couple weeks here. So, I mean, tip if I didn't get tips, I wouldn't get a livable wage. But to be fair, you shouldn't be getting paid $25 to do DoorDash, which is what it usually amounts to be between 20 and $25 an hour. I mean, there's people out there doing regular grueling jobs that don't make 20 to $25 an hour, but you are using your own vehicle and your gas.
Well, you have to pay for that, right? Exactly. That all comes out of it.
Yeah. But it was just like, because I know how the Spark delivery service goes, because I signed up for that a long time ago. And if you log in, it'll tell you the batches you can go pick up. And sometimes they're like 30 orders in one. So you're loading up your car and you're just going stop to stop to stop to stop to stop. And I'm like, this is just a box. I'm like, he's not carrying 5 grocery bags to the stop. So I'm like, this one time, like I could have given $1, but I'm like, no, this one time, because I know it says tipping is optional. And I'm like, I'm gonna take my one time for my coffee pot.
We shop at Kroger more. We used to shop at Walmart, but we switched over to Kroger because they have a delivery service through themselves and they
Yeah.
have a tipping policy. So you're not allowed to tip. All you have to do is wait till the next day, and which is fine. I mean, if I needed something, I could go to the grocery store and I could go to the grocery store and get my groceries,
Yeah.
but
Why?
why? Why would I do that? I have so much other stuff to do. Why would I go in there and do that when you offer this as a free service? Well, I mean, I think we pay like $100 a year or something, but
Not bad.
no,
Walmart's offering, I think it's $50 a year right now, $49 or something a year. But I,
that's
I
pretty
pay
good.
per month. Yeah, I pay for my month because I'm not sure if I'm gonna wanna keep doing it. Just because I don't know, sometimes like I like it, but I don't know, sometimes I just don't always want to order from Walmart, you know? Like why
Yeah,
break myself for a whole year if I maybe want to switch?
we get it taxables from there. They're less expensive, although I don't know. I think everything has gone up significantly recently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I always tell Dave, I'm like, why go to the grocery store? I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to any stores. He doesn't understand because he's like, yeah, but you know, you're affecting the future for people who work in the stores and cashiers and stuff, and everything's going to be ordered online. I'm like, well, you know what though? I'm like, for a person like me and you who gets bad social anxiety, it's great for me because I don't have to go into the store, get super fucking anxious and annoyed and not actually get what I want to get. So many times I go in the grocery store and don't actually get all of what I need to get because I get so anxious and overwhelmed that I can't fucking remember. And if I were to write myself a list, I'm going through the store never looking at that list because then I've got to stop and look at the list. Then I feel like I'm annoying people behind me if I'm stopping and looking at a list.
See, no, not me. I make a list for everything because I know I'm not going to remember anything without it. I have lists for everything. I get made fun of because I make lists for the day. Like this is my to do things. But then if I do something that's not on my list, I'll put it on my list and then put a check mark next to it because I want to
Oh,
remember. I'm really bad at like at the end of the day going, you didn't do shit today. You know what I mean? And then I can look back and be like, actually, I did. I did lots of things today.
well, another thing is, you know, when you build your grocery list, I okay, so My groceries usually come on Thursday. And then by Friday, I'm already starting my list for the next week. And I build it and I leave it in my cart. And that way, all throughout the week, when I think about things that I need, or maybe I'm like, maybe I don't need that, by the time the next Wednesday rolls around, I've got my complete list and it's correct, you know? And then I don't have to go to the store again because I will go to the store if I'm missing something, or well, let's say I'll send Dave to the store to get this thing because he'll stop on his way home because he passes a grocery store.
This week, we are starting with Clint and Tracie. She's been gone for a week at this point, and we know that she's locked up because she called the hotel.
Yeah. He says he loves her and he knows it'll work out in the end. And I'm just wondering where he's drawing this conclusion from.
Because he loves her. And that's all he needs to know. Because she's beautiful, remember?
She's a goddess, and he's going to see an attorney for his goddess.
Yeah, the attorney finds her relatively quickly.
Wow, that's shocking. So she was released at 3 o'clock, and Clint says he wants to give her time. For what?
He
For
really
what?
wants her to come back on her own and to choose him. I think that's ultimately what he's after. He wants her to choose him over the drug. And it seems like he understands, at least somewhat, what that would entail for an addict to choose him. And I think, unfortunately, she's just not in that place. His attorney says that her not calling him says all that he needs to know about her. And I think that's right.
Yeah, and this attorney's been around the block. He knows exactly what's going on here. He's dealt with this a million times. And you know, Clint saying that he's hoping that she'll choose him over the drugs is a crazy statement because people choose drugs over their own children and flesh and blood. Why would he choose you? She's known for 6 months over drugs.
I feel like there does have to be some responsibility with addicts and I guess using, but at the same time, I feel like the addiction takes away the choice that they have, to choose what they want, even if they know it's what's best for them. I feel like it takes away that option, and you have to be in a decent place mentally to start healing.
Yeah, for sure. The lawyer says, does she want to get better? And that's a great question because I don't think she does at this point.
No. He points out that if Clint acquires something while they're legally married, then it's half hers. And if she acquires anything like debt or what have you, that's also half his.
Yeah, smart attorney for warning him of that, but I don't think he fucking cares.
I don't think so.
So now guess what? Here's what I would say. Well, that rental car bill is now half hers. So half of $21,000.
You can't get blood from a stone, though. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
what are they going to take from her?
exactly.
The attorney advises him to divorce her, and Clint tells the camera that the rental car company keeps trying to charge his card. So I'm not sure if he hasn't reported it to the rental car company, or are they trying to charge the full $21,000, or are they just trying to charge him the rental fee? If he hasn't told them that it's missing.
That would make sense because no one's going to try to charge a credit card $21,000. That would be nuts. That's an amount that you sue for. You don't try to charge someone's.
Well, you could though. You could charge the account. It's just probably not going to work. You know what I mean? Like that would be my first.
They know this though. They know that that's not. And so like you're saying, more than likely they are charging him by day now. It probably not just the rental car fee, but probably a fee for possibly breaking contract, not returning the vehicle,
Right.
whatever that entails. So it would at this point it's probably going to be cheaper to just return the car and find the car because those are going to add up real quick.
Mm-hmm. Clint says, "No matter how pretty she is, I don't want her to get the feeling she can walk all over me." Everything you do and say indicates that she can indeed walk all over you. She can do whatever she wants to you, and you don't care. And that's really unfortunate.
That's all he's told us thus far, is that she can do whatever she wants, and he's just gonna be like, she's my goddess.
Speaking of unfortunate, Meghan, Michael, and Sarah are up next. He's headed home to call his PO.
We still don't know if this is true, and even into the next episode, we still don't know if this is true about the PO. It still kind of seems like something made up.
That Sarah made up?
I don't even know. It's not even clear who's making this up at this point.
Yeah, if it's made up.
Yeah, it seems like Sarah started it and Michael's just going with it.
Yeah.
So Meghan is upset because she gave him her virginity. I don't know if she's upset about giving him her virginity. She's upset that he had to leave after giving him her virginity.
Yeah, I don't think she's upset about giving it to him, but she's crying, saying she's worried he's going to go back to prison, and she's blaming herself. I don't get how you could blame yourself for this, because she says that she thought he had worked it out with his PO. You know, why wouldn't you? You're going to rent a hotel, get a personal driver, fly your side piece out.
I But this is just typical of these people. I mean, everyone's just like, "Oh, this is my fault." Kind of, but it's more the fault of the person who has the free will to do the right thing.
Sarah's telling her friend that he hasn't been home in 2 days.
Yeah, the friend says he's just going to come home and manipulate her and that he needs to go. He's just going to come home. He's going to tell the same lies over and over again that he's been telling for years.
And she's going to forgive him.
Mm-hmm. Always. And she says, "How can you be gone for 2 days and just walk in and be normal?" Of course he can, ma'am. He's done this a million times to you. This is his MO.
Right, and you keep
Mhm.
letting it happen. But he walks in the house and asks where Aviana is. I would be like, who? None of your fucking business, dude.
Yeah, because that's what he actually cares about. Walk in and act like the caring dad and husband. Okay.
I know I haven't been here for 2 days, but how's my daughter?
Yeah, she was calling around hospitals, and he doesn't care if she's okay. I would think that she would have definitely called his family and told them what's going on. And I
Right.
would think that his mom would for sure have blown up his phone. So he was just ignoring everyone. He must have been just ignoring everyone.
She accuses him of cheating, and he denies it, obviously. It's not like he's going to be like, oh, yeah, actually, I was, which is what he should do. He should just finally be like, I've outgrown you. I don't want to be with you anymore. Sorry that this is how things went, but with someone else. I don't know. Something, right? And she still hasn't told him she's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant, and he I don't know why she wouldn't tell him, but well, I don't know, she must have her reasons. Maybe because she's not sure if this is the right thing to do, is to have a baby, but we're not sure about that. Because in the end, it's not his right to tell her whether or not she can have a baby. Sarah says she just doesn't want this anymore, and I don't believe that. I
I
mean,
don't believe that.
she might be on the verge, but she's not there.
Selective ebonics makes a return.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There. Michael says he's tired of being pushed every which way. You're not though, Michael. You're just being pushed in the way that you're supposed to be going. The only one who's causing you to be pushed in every which way is yourself,
Right.
because you're creating this.
He
I
leaves.
I, I, la- I laughed when he said he's trying to have a good parole. Like this is like when you leave the prison, have a good parole, Michael.
He leaves the apartment after all of this, and she says that she's his best chance at survival on the outside.
Why use people for this? Why use people for this? Why can't you do that on your own? Why are we all of these people are like they're if it weren't for them I wouldn't be this. If it weren't for them I wouldn't be that. You have You can do that for yourself. You don't need
Yeah.
to use people.
And Sarah's friend says she just wishes Michael didn't exist. And I mean,
That's a strong statement.
it's understandable though. And I can't understand why I cannot get this friend's name. Like I have everybody else's friend's name, but I cannot catch her name.
I can't either. She has red hair, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's in a lot. Like she's in the show enough that I feel like it's time that I should know her name, but I don't know if I'm just zoning out when they show it or what, but yeah, I've
Yeah.
missed it.
I have no idea. I think they maybe showed it once and never showed it again. I don't know.
Next up, Caitlin and Matt. She's touring an apartment. She has finally gotten a job at an accounting firm.
Yeah. Thank God. The realtor asks her if they're waiting on her fiance. And they are. Shocking because he's so busy with that job he has. Not.
She's not confident he's going to show up at all.
Yeah, and she's hoping that the apartment will give Matt motivation to get a job. It's not because he will just walk away from you in that apartment and leave you to afford it by yourself. It's definitely not going to give him motivation. Just stop it.
Sam drops him off, and in between that scene, she tells the realtor about Matt being a criminal, but in these circumstances, that would make sense. It's not like you're at a coffee shop and you're like, by the way, he just got out of prison. You know, here you have to reveal that. So,
Yeah. It's not like Starbucks where they'll write on the cup anything that you want them to.
yeah,
You know,
what's your name?
prisoner.
Felon. Prisoner.
Felon.
Yeah.
Matthew, 12-time felon. Matthew, 12-time felon. Your latte's up.
He wants to stay at his mom's. He's not interested in the apartment whatsoever.
Yeah, that's shocking. He wants to stay at the Holiday Inn, mom's Holiday Inn.
But then she says like weird stuff. She's like, "Oh, I think he's ready for commitment and responsibility." What would lead you to believe that? Like, what part of what's happening would lead you to believe that?
Nothing. He shows no ambition at all for anything. For anything. He said the realtor says he can show Matt around. Matt doesn't not fucking care. It's like Matt's like, oh, it's not bad. Matt doesn't. He's not excited. He doesn't care. This just means that he's gonna have to. He's walking through that apartment going, oh shit. Now this means I'm gonna have responsibility. That's
Yeah.
all.
She wants to get the apartment and have a bunch of babies.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
I don't like I think having an apartment would be a good step one, and maybe you could have a child. Not this is not the situation to do it in, but I wouldn't have a bunch of babies and still live in an apartment. You know what I mean? Like try to build. I don't know.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, I'd rather be at mom's house and figure shit out." Okay, you man child. I mean, get grow the fuck up.
I just
This
don't
is
want her
just terrible.
knowingly. Yeah, I just don't want her knowingly trying to have 8 babies while all they can afford is an apartment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just irresponsible. Caitlin says, "Giddy up, cowboy. Let's do it." Yeah, because that's gonna work. I was just gonna say, she says he's afraid of responsibility, and he shows up and he's just like a zombie. And Matt said he's never had an apartment before, but I thought that the friend said that they used to live together.
Yeah, Sam said they used to live together.
So I was confused about that.
I didn't catch that.
Hmm.
Next up, Brittany and Marcelino, and they are going to meet Amanda.
Yeah. I don't think that Amanda needs to be in either of their lives at this point. I don't see that she's going to provide any sort of positive anything to the situation. I don't think she's a plus to Brittany's life at all. It's just going to cause unneeded chaos. This is just someone you knew in prison. Just let it go.
And that's not to say that Amanda's not a good person. It's just, I don't think they show enough of her to really say one way or another, but just as far as Marcelino and Brittany go, it's not good for their relationship for her to be around.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with Amanda in general. Like it's not that I'm saying she's a bad person. We haven't heard anything bad about her at all, but I just think that she's toxic to their relationship and therefore she shouldn't be there.
I agree. Marcelino is starting out angry, which at this point is kind of to be expected.
Yeah, that's kind of all we've seen about Marcelino, and I don't know if the show is doing this on purpose.
It's wild.
They're trying to paint a picture of him that maybe isn't exactly correct, but we don't know. Maybe Brittany wants Marcelino to know she hasn't done anything wrong, but she kind of did.
She kind of did. Yeah. Amanda says she's a little pissed off.
Yeah. Okay. All right. She should be. You know, she's being kind of messed with, brought into a situation she doesn't need to be brought into.
And she said she's not interested in.
I don't know about that. Yeah, so no, they did. They are at a belly dancing club, and Brittany says she wants them to all get along, and Marcelino says, you know, Amanda's pretty, but like this is not where he wants this relationship to go. And I really strongly feel at this point that Brittany was trying to create a thruffle, and Marcelino was not receptive to it, and so just drop it. Just stop because he's not interested in this. I have this feeling he's never once expressed to you that he was ever interested in this.
Right. He is being unreasonably possessive. Like, it almost frighteningly so. You know, it's one of those things you're like, okay, I see this in public. What are you like in private?
Yeah, but I mean, at a certain he is being pushed into situations that would piss anyone off. Let's just say that. Well, at
So
least
you
this
think
one.
it's clever editing?
Yeah, I mean, this one, I'd be pissed. If I were Marcelino in this particular situation right here that we're in, I'd be pissed. I agree with him in this situation. Amanda says, "This is my girlfriend." Okay, at that point, if someone was sitting with me and I'm sitting with my husband and someone said to me, a woman said, "This is my boyfriend," I'd punch her straight in the face. And she'd be out and I'd be in jail and then I'd be on inmate.com. So,
Don't worry, I'd write to you.
yeah. She's trying to antagonize. She is. She's trying to antagonize.
She says, Brittany says that she would be sad if she can't stay friends with Amanda. But I feel like you're doing things to not stay friends with her. Like you're
Yeah.
doing things to take it a little bit farther than that.
It, Brittany says, you know, the timing isn't right. But then, like, okay, let's stop trying to do everything all at once after just getting out of prison. You're starting a new relationship. Let that materialize because that's what you claim to be wanting. Let
Right.
that materialize. Then worry about introducing the rest of your life in.
Mm-hmm. Marcelino questions Amanda, and she's like, I didn't even know you were going to be here. And I'm like, what? That's wild. That's a wild thing to do.
It feels like like she's antagonizing now. I just I just feel like she wants this thing, and she just like, come on, you can clearly see this isn't working. Give up. He does not want you guys to have a girlfriend. So stop it. Leave the man alone.
I think it's very much that he doesn't want her to have a girlfriend, but I think he is also afraid that she'll go back to prison because she's not allowed to be around other felons.
Yeah, more than one thing is going on here. More than one thing.
She says Amanda is so pretty, and the belly dancer
Yeah.
comes by.
Yeah, but Marcelino's saying he's starting to antagonize Amanda. He's like, don't be a sorry loser," and Amanda says, "Don't be a sorry loser." They're like going back and forth, and it's like now they're fighting over Brittany, and part of me thinks she likes this. 'Cause they're like fighting over her, like she's mine. No, she's mine.
It's so ridiculous. I wonder how much of that was encouraged by production or, producers.
We know, we all know the case of the missing folder continues in all of these episodes.
Marcelino does say that if Brittany and Amanda do have any kind of relationship, that it could be over. But I did catch he said could be. He didn't say it would be. He said it could be.
Yeah. I just think because in his mind, he's probably going back and forth. This is maybe I should just let this happen. But then he's like, no, this is not really what I want. This is not my thing. This is not okay for me. He he does know she likes women and she had relationships with women, but she agreed to have a relationship with him. And so I feel he never ever had a discussion with her where it was like, hey, yeah, we're going to be together and we're going to get married, but also I'm going to have a girlfriend on the side. I'm sure that conversation never happened.
No. He's no.
I wrote that Amanda says, I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette.
I mean, Amanda and Brittany argue about when they broke up because Amanda thinks that her and Marcelino overlapped, so that Brittany was with
Yeah.
both of them at the same time. So they argue about that. It's not an argument, it's a discussion, we'll say.
Well, this does go on into the next episode. Yeah, it's basically like Amanda's pretty much like, yeah, she never broke up with me. Like, we're still a couple, and you just came in, and now she's getting married.
Yep. Yeah, Brittany says that Amanda is her girlfriend.
Yeah. Just gets pissed off, and she's basically like, send me an invitation to the wedding, and I'm sure that she is. So don't worry about that.
He says that borders and boundaries have to be established, and it's Brittany's role to do that. And Brittany's like, me? He goes, yeah. And so she kisses Amanda, which, I mean,
Oh,
it sounded like he gave her permission. I agree with that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Next up, Scott and Lizzie. Jazmynn is walking away from Lizzie.
I'm getting so sick of Lizzie, man. And Scott and Jazmynn. Where's Adam?
I know.
He's the only one I like in this situation.
Adam's the best out of all of them.
Jazmynn didn't talk to Lizzie the entire way home,
She said they sprung the engagement on her.
but she's not a small child. It's fine for her to make decisions as an adult without consulting her adult child.
That's
She
true.
doesn't have to. If you're young, if you're still within her care and you're under the age of 18, that's valid.
Her relationship is probably very damaged with her mom, though, and I would imagine that she feels a lot of emotions. Like, I would think that their relationship hasn't matured to that point yet. She probably still feels like the little girl that, was taken away from Lizzie.
Yeah. Lizzie says that she's standing by Scott because he's been faithful. That's not a reason. It's not a good enough reason for whatever the hell it is that you're doing. And we know that that's not the case. We know that that's not why you're doing this. Let's just be honest. And of course he's being faithful. You know he's being faithful because his self-esteem is so freaking low that he would never even dream of trying to get someone else because he doesn't think he can.
I don't know. He's just obsessed with her. I don't even know.
Mhm.
I feel like he could meet somebody else. I feel like he knows that he could meet somebody else, but it's not going to be her. And he is obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Lizzie says that she loves him, but admits that she doesn't really know him. But she says he's a caring, kind, and good man.
Yeah, it's her goal to get to know him and then get her life together.
If he's all these things, why did you turn him into a trick?
Yeah, yeah. She said she's used to getting used by men. All right, but to be fair, it's a back and forth using. You're using them, they're using you. That's how this is.
Yeah.
Jazmynn says that men are stealing away her mom.
Well, I mean, I think she's looking at this like, if you look at the maturity level that she's approaching all this, it's a little girl. It's like that little 9-year-old girl that lost her mom, and she's just saying, you choose me. Like, you have to choose between us. Who says stuff like that? You know what I mean? You don't, that doesn't even make sense. But you do say stuff like that when you're 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, clearly Jazmynn needs some sort of therapy to get over what her mom has done to her. Because in the end, I don't think that, and I don't know the answer to this, but I don't feel as if Jazmynn or Lizzie's ever going to prioritize Jazmynn.
And unfortunately, that is the case with some mother-daughter relationships. They'll never be prioritized. Lizzie tells Jazmynn that she really wants her to give him a chance, and I don't think that's going to happen.
No. She says she knows that Jazmynn has a heart in there somewhere. Well, she does. She does, but she just wants her mom. And it's because, like we said, the abandonment issues are still there.
Next, we have Megan, Michael, and Sarah. And Sarah is worried about how she is going to tell Michael that she is pregnant.
Yeah. So let's not forget he left her alone for 2 days without answering any of her calls and being the complete piece of shit that he is.
She tells him that he's being disrespectful. Well, yeah.
Oh, he absolutely is. That's all he is disrespectful all the time,
All the
every
time.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She said she was puking, not knowing where he was, whether he was dead or locked up. It's all disrespectful, all of it.
It really is.
You should be happy that someone's this freaking worried about you.
He pissed me off so much because he says that he's afraid she's going to call his PO and lie about him. Why? This is the same shit as saying she's going to take his daughter. You make up all these scenarios about what an awful person Sarah is, and she's just so devoted to you.
She just literally said she doesn't want him to go to jail. Like, why would she want you back in jail? Why would she contact your parole officer and possibly get you put back in jail so that she has to be a single mom all over again?
Exactly.
And a prison wife.
That doesn't even make sense. It's an excuse, though. Sarah says she's a great and beautiful woman, the best woman.
Yeah. We do agree she's a pretty good woman. I mean, to stand by you all that time and to take care of your child, marry you while you're in prison, and then come out and expect you to be who you're supposed to be. I don't see anything wrong here. We do know she went to school, she worked full time, she raised their child full time. I don't see anything wrong with Sarah here. And I don't think that her demands of him are unreasonable at all.
I agree. He was supposed to be watching Aviana while he was with Megan so that Sarah could work. So he took off and he was supposed to watch her. I don't know if Sarah didn't go to work or she had to have her mom watch Aviana or what happened, but I mean, talk about a next level of selfishness here.
Yeah. So she's just crying and crying and crying. He doesn't care. And her friend again says, be done with it and walk away. And Michael goes up to Sarah and hugs her. And her friend says, don't you see what he's doing? What I'm sorry, don't you see what you're doing to her? And he kisses her, and the friend says he just knows how to work her. And this is classic narcissist. I went through this. They hurt her, kiss her, make it all better, hug her, and then go and hurt her again. Kiss her, hug her, make it all better, go and hurt her again. This is the pattern. And it doesn't make Sarah weak for falling for this because so many women do.
Her friend gets mad and leaves, and I totally understand where she's coming from.
And this friend seems to be a real friend because a lot of people will not do this, not be like telling you like it is and being like, look, this isn't right, leave him. That's not boundaries everyone's willing to overstep.
Right. Next up, we check in for just a moment with Caitlin and Matt while she is trying on wedding dresses.
She wants to show a bit more boob.
I don't know if she tried on the lime green dress or it was just there. But I was thinking,
She did. It was what? Were you thinking Brittany at that
yeah,
point?
yeah, but I was
Okay.
like, that's a prettier lime green dress between the two. You know, like, I wouldn't wear a lime green dress at all. I would probably look green myself.
Well, Caitlin has the physique that would probably make just about anything wearable. So if I put on that lime green dress, I would just look like Jabba the Hutt. So
We're back to Scott and Lizzie, and Adam is going back to California to resume his life.
do we know how old is Adam? Is he over 18?
I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems 18. I would say if he's not 18, he can't be any younger than 17.
Yeah, I don't know. So they're at a car dealer, or Adam has to get back home. They're at a car dealership, and he tells Adam that he bought Lizzie a new car, and he thinks she's worth it.
Adam is so mad, understandably.
Yeah, he's finally going to say something. He's finally going to say something about the fact that he's spending money on a crack addict, basically, and he tells Adam that he's got loans everywhere and he's maxed out all of his credit cards.
Six credit cards, and he has personal loans out. And he said bankruptcy's next.
Yeah, well, Adam says, "What's next? The house?" And Scott's like, "No, actually, bankruptcy."
Yeah. Scott tells Adam that he's going to spend every dollar he has on Lizzie, and Adam is over it, and he leaves pissed off.
Still scared to tell Lizzie that he can't afford her, but he loves her and he wants to give her his life. You're giving her your whole damn livelihood because okay, yes, you can declare bankruptcy and get rid of all of the stuff, and that might be what he's thinking here. But then you have to start over. And then you have a bankruptcy on your record, meaning that for 10 years you cannot get another home loan. So there goes Lizzie's house because you don't get to keep a house when you're in bankruptcy. Normally, they have you sell it.
You can keep a house here because you have to have some place to live.
You can in certain circumstances, but a lot of times, and from experience, you are told, look, you've got to sell your house and you go into foreclosure.
Next up are Brittany and Marcelino, and she kisses Amanda, and he drops his cigarette.
Yeah. Um, so Marcelino is like, oh, I see. And he says Brittany is a very sexual person and it's something he just has to accept.
Yeah,
Sure. Sure. But if you're not okay with this, then you don't have to accept it.
exactly. He says it's not the way he wants, it's not the direction he wants their relationship to go, which is understandable. If you get into a relationship thinking there's going to be two people, regardless of whether that person is bisexual or not, it's still a monogamous relationship. Like, you are choosing to be bisexual or not, you're choosing to be in a monogamous relationship with one person. So it's either a man or a woman, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and again, we clearly know that this was never discussed. And she's just kind of trying to force this now, and she's just like, "All right, I know we never talked about this. I know that you never agreed to it, but we're just going to try this and see how it goes. Maybe he'll just agree."
Yeah.
And now Amanda's pissed too. She's
Right.
like, Brittany wants her cake and to eat it too. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, Amanda gets upset, walks away, and says that Brittany can't have both of them. And that's fair. And I feel like Amanda has a lot of self respect in this whole situation. You know, she's saying, I want to be with you, but I don't want to just sleep with you.
Yeah, I think the only one here that's looking for a three-way relationship is Brittany, because Amanda doesn't want it and Marcelino doesn't want it.
Right.
Brittany does.
Brittany chases her down and hugs her, and Amanda says that she will be her friend and that the relationship basically is over.
That does that ever work for anyone? Does it really? does being friends with your ex-lover or what have you ever really work? Prove it to me, because it doesn't. Because I don't care what anyone says. Show me a real situation.
She says she loves him, but she's bisexual.
Yeah. But ma'am, you could have probably found someone who was into this type of relationship rather easily.
100%. It wouldn't have been that hard to be like, hey, I am looking for a relationship, but also I'm bisexual and have a girlfriend. Are you okay with that? And also, she should have told Amanda. I don't know the circumstances because I thought that Amanda was transferred and they weren't allowed to keep contact. So I don't know how she would have told her, but I don't know because
I don't
there's a
know,
lot
but
of.
Amanda doesn't want this either, though. So it's
Yep.
like, I mean, like, you would have had to have also found another woman because if your man doesn't want it and your woman doesn't want it, then you lose.
Yeah. He says he doesn't want another woman in their bed and 100% understand.
I'm glad he finally said it, though, and he's like stopped stringing them along. Like, he
Right.
just literally was like point blank, no.
I don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
We end this episode with Megan, Michael, and Sarah, and Michael hasn't talked to Megan since he left, and she's worried that he ghosted her.
Yeah. It's Father's Day. They're at a playground, and she said that she's worried that Michael will never tell a soul where he was, what he was doing, and what he was doing basically for the last 2 days. He's never going to tell anyone.
Right.
And that's so infuriating and frustrating because I've lived that life where something happened. The person acknowledged that something happened, but for a fact you will never fucking know. And it is maddening. It's maddening to live that way.
Right, but that's choice. Like, she's making a choice to
Mm-hmm.
continue to live in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he was in the shower and then she comes in and he didn't want to have sex with her, but she seduced him.
He's such a piece of shit. When he says stuff like that, I'm just like, you're a piece of shit. Does he know that he looks like a piece of shit and sounds like a piece of shit?
I honestly don't think he gives a shit. I don't think he cares at all. He did say that
Oh,
Sarah has asked him for marriage counseling, which apparently he wasn't into, but I can't really see Michael in marriage counseling because he doesn't seem like he cares enough about her to want to invest that kind of energy.
I would hate to be that counselor because I would be like, dude, you're wrong. You're so wrong. Whatever you say is invalid. You're wrong.
You suck,
Would be
okay?
so one-sided. Yeah, it would be so one-sided. He'd try to come up with reasons and explanations as to why he's treating Sarah like shit, and they would be like so invalid it wouldn't even be funny because as of this point he has no reasoning for any of this. Even if it's a bad reason, he has zero reasons.
Well, he just makes up stuff. Like, everything is Sarah's going to keep Aviana from me. Sarah's going to call my PO. Sarah's not going to do anything. And stop trying to make her look bad.
Yeah.
She makes bad decisions. Like, there's no way we can't acknowledge that. But she's a good person from what we can tell.
Yeah.
Megan says that Michael is always ripped away from her.
Well, okay, fair, but she is about to learn why. She maybe should have used the technology of, okay, so this would have been like 2019. Hop on that internet, girl, and start freaking searching because it's not that hard. And even if you can't find shit for free, if you pay like $1, you can do a whole ass background search. Stop being so trusting.
She obviously goes home early because he's not there anymore and he's not going to come back. And surprisingly, I don't know if it's surprisingly, but her dad is understanding, that she's sad. But I would kind of feel like he'd be like, well, I fucking told you so. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Oh, he's totally that guy too. He's
Yeah.
totally that guy. And you know what? I bet he would be he's going to be happiest. He's probably happy. He is inside. He's like, I fucking knew it.
And Megan just says that she wants to see him again ASAP.
Yeah. Of course.
Who's your VIP for this episode?
Okay, so the unnamed redheaded friend of Sarah and motherfucking crack mom.
We need to figure out this friend's name because she's a big part of this. If you know Sarah's friend's name, jump in our Facebook group at Love After Lockup Lockdown and come tell us because we cannot figure it out.
Also, I'd like to say, if you do start commenting on a regular basis in the Facebook group, we will mention you on the podcast if you'd like us to, and we will thank you for commenting in the Facebook group.
My VIP this week is Adam for finally having had enough.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, head over to Apple or Spotify to rate and review. If you'd like to continue the conversation, join our group on Facebook at Love After Lockup Locked Down. Listen every Wednesday wherever you find your podcasts and keep those notifications on to be the first to catch bonus episodes.
And in the meantime, don't fall in love.
And don't get locked up.
First date at Walmart, keeping it low. Told the clerk, don't judge me, I'm on parole. I brought roses, okay, 1 rose from a gas station. She said, aw babe, now that's validation. We be vibing in a halfway suite. Microwave dinners, romance elite. She my ride or die, she brought me a phone. Even snuck it in once, pre-release song. She hold me down like a key-o with charm. Except she don't mace me or twist my arm. We write vows in Sharpie on my court docs. Judge said no contact, but we beat the clocks. Love after lockup, cuffed and proud. Matching jumpsuits, now we rockin' the crowd. She said, don't mess up, I said, bet. Now we're TikTok stars with no regrets. So here's the love and second chance thrill. From a concrete bed to Netflix and chill. They said, don't catch feelings, but I caught a case of butterflies, girl, not just in one place. Ankle monitor beep. Oops, curfew gotta bounce.